Real quick, I
I
just got a
do.
question. How does Blade and Black Knight tie into the economy?
They have an end credit scene at the end, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
but besides that, like, how does their story intertwine with each other?
I don't fucking know at all, not even a little bit. So the Ebony Blade was created by Merlin, right? And it's basically like a vampire sword. It attaches to the owner, and the idea, the grand lie of that is that it could only be wielded by people that had a pure heart. But it's actually only people that have an impure heart, and it brings out the worst in them. So it's like a vampire sword. And then Blade is, I mean, like, vampires have existed in the Marvel Universe the entire time. So maybe they're deviants. I don't know. That doesn't make sense. And then Blade is like a daywalker, right? He's half and half. Nothing to do with Eternals.
Oh,
They're just there.
they're just there.
So they just made Dane Cersei's boyfriend, and that was enough.
Well, they're all in London. That's the thing. Blade was actually
Yeah.
born in London. So I think the initial team is going to be MI13, which was a team that was created with Captain Britain and a few other people to kill super shit. It was like the Midnight Suns, but they was in London. They just kill supernatural shit. So they'll probably start there and have some shit pop off in the United States and move over here. And then you got the Midnight Suns with like Moon Knight, probably hopefully Ghost Rider in them too.
Because Moon Knight's happening in London too. That's a good point.
Oh, it is.
That's a series, right?
Yeah, it comes out in March.
March 3rd.
I'm so excited about that.
Oh, I can kind of wonder that same thing. Like after Marvel plays the cameo card so many times and the cross up card so many times, where are they gonna go? You know, it was really a big build up for phase 1, 2, and 3 was that we knew at the end we were gonna get all of our heroes on screen at the same time fighting a common enemy. But now, I mean, is every movie from here on out going to be a crossover? Is every series going to tie into another series and ultimately end with a climax as a crossover?
Yeah, I think they're building towards something. They're working towards, I guess, another. They're basically working towards another big bad, what I believe. And more than likely, I think that big bad is probably going to be Galactus. That's why I say you're going to get like. So we're gonna get Fantastic Four down the line. Also, like if you've been watching the Marvel series and stuff like that, what they're doing, I also think they're working towards trying to bring in maybe the Young Avengers. You got a lot of kids, a lot of characters from the Young Avengers. Just into a Hawkeye, you got Kate Bishop, you got Wiccan and Speed, Billy and Tommy. You got Miss Marvel coming in. You have also. You got Kid Patriot, or the Patriot from the Falcon and Winter Soldier. So you have it's what?
I think it's just Patriot.
Okay, the Patriot. So you get you got them. I'm not sure if they're going to use the kid Loki from the Loki series or whatever. But you got him. We're missing a few like Hulkling and stuff like that. But like they built. I think they're building towards a few different things, but I think, like I said, they're gonna have they're gonna have. I guess they gotta have that big bad. So that's why I said I think Thanos is gonna be the next big bad. That's the only person I can think of that would be, I guess, on that level that they want. Outside, that's coming to destroy because you can say Dr. Doom, but Dr. Doom is not like he wants to take over. He doesn't want to like completely destroy everything. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Somebody's reverbing.
Yeah, somebody's reverbing so bad I can do it.
All right, we'll just mute.
Yeah, Dr. Doom a bad motherfucker.
He is. That's one of my Dr. Doom. One of my favorites, bro. Like I love Dr. Doom. But and like I say, that's what I say. They can use him, but he's not a overarching like a big bad. Like he don't get me wrong, but he's not like I want to destroy the world. Like I want to take over and rule. Like I ain't trying to come up here and destroy everything. Then I ain't gonna have any rules. So that's why I say Doom wouldn't be the next big bad. You want somebody who's looking to destroy Earth or whatever the case may be, I guess. So that's why I said that's why I'm assuming the next big bad for Marvel is probably going to be Galactus. That's what I'm saying.
That's a lot of building that they gotta do.
True.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I say Eternals. You're introducing people to a little bit, giving people a little bit more intel or a little bit about Celestials. We've had Celestials sprinkled in throughout the MCU already, but you get this right here, the Eternals, and they use that as you see like how menacing or how Eternals Celestials can be. So think about it. They and like Jared, one point when Jared was saying like the energy that's still there, that's gonna be a beacon for Galactus to come either this or the Celestial that took searching them. He could be like, hey, well, I'm gonna hire this person. Viewing our memories didn't pan out. I'm gonna send Galactus to destroy this planet. So like I said, it's several ways they can do it, and I'm pretty sure there's other ways as well. But like I said, I just think that's what they're building towards. I'm pretty sure we're gonna get other bad guys sprinkled in, but yeah.
You got a Galactus story. You got to have a Silver Surfer in there.
Oh yeah.
I can believe it.
Go ahead, Jeremy.
So Galactus is that's happening. That's definitely going to happen. You're going to have Fantastic Four. You're eventually going to have Galactus. I mean, who else do they fight? Fucking Mole Man, right? And then the Collector and what's his name?
The brother, his Grandmaster.
Yeah, Grandmaster, and there are more of them. There's a story called Secret War, which I think they're doing. And at Secret War, they can pull a lot of shit in, like everything. Because those guys basically pull what the Grandmaster did, but they just pull them from everywhere.
Yeah.
So I think they're going that direction. And what are their names? The same people that directed Infinity War and Endgame.
Russo brothers.
Yes. They said they would come back to make that movie. And
I know they're building towards Secret Invasion. I think they're doing Secret Invasion, I think. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they're definitely doing Secret Invasion, like it's on the slate. But like, how do you say no to the Russo brothers at all? Because they did 2 movies back to back that were billion-dollar movies, right? Endgame was a $2.7 billion movie, right? Don't quote me on that, but it was huge. I think it was like high $2 billion. How do you say no to them? So if they're saying they want to do Secret War, we're going to get a Secret War down the line.
Yo, so
I'm for it.
You ever think that we just gonna have just regular run-of-the-mill, like I want to take over the world shit anymore? Or now we've got to be able to have something galactic, cosmic, like where it's the fate of all life. You know what I mean? Whatever happened to just the regular old bank robber and shit? Now we ain't even got
man.
But that's what we got. That's what they're doing. The different. I think that's why they're doing the different the realms or whatever. And that's what you got. You kind of still got the Earth. Where everything's still. It's still centralized and stuff happens on Earth. Where you get like we just saw with well, damn, I ain't saying that Spider-Man, but like I was gonna say use Shang-Chi, but Shang-Chi is like. I mean, that was
that's multiversal too, right?
Yep.
That still had.
We're talking about the space conflicts.
I guess Moonlight will be the Earth realm mostly.
Hey, you got the series. You still got the next Captain America movie. That's gonna, that's gonna be centralized. And I'll say we may be forgetting about one other realm. I don't know how big it's gonna be, but Ant-Man, the quantum realm, quantum because the next movie is Quantumanium, so there's the quantum realm.
But who's the bad guy there? Fucking Kang.
That's what I'm saying. It's never gonna be just about saving the world.
Kang is the same. I don't know if he's a bad guy or what. I feel like he's a good guy in Loki, but what do they call him in Loki? But if Kang is the bad guy, it's time bending.
Yeah, my hope is I hope they use Kang the Conqueror and more than just that, because I hope what we get in that movie is like a version of Kang. And that version, and then the actual Kang the Conqueror shows up, maybe kills that version or something like that, and goes on whatever. But like that's another version of Kang that's a Young Avenger, Iron Lad.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It's so much that they can do and build towards with what they got planned or what they've put out already. But
Yeah, and I love that actor, Jonathan Majors.
Yeah.
So he did a great job, but you saw him for one episode. He did a great job in Loki. Did you guys see The Harder They Fall? I just watched him in that. That's the first thing I've seen where it's like he got a whole movie. He's awesome.
Yeah, he was also in Lovecraft Country. Yeah, he is. He was also in Lovecraft Country. It was another movie he was in. I saw
Lovecraft Country.
HBO.
Yeah, it was on HBO.
Is that a movie or a show?
It's a show.
As different versions. Well, Jeremy, you do a better job of, sir. You do a better job of explaining it because it's like different genres of horror that they use in each episode.
It's Lovecraftian horror mixed with racial discrimination. It's a really interesting watch, and it doesn't hold back. It does not hold back. It's not going to hold your hand. It is frightening in the literal sense and in the social sense, where you have a otherworldly evil backed with a racial segregational evil. It's an interesting one.
It deals a lot.
I always loved about. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, like, it kind of deals a lot with the kind of Tulsa race riots, and it incorporates like real life events with, you know, more like kind of fictional type things. It's good. It's a great watch, though.
Well, I always love about. Let you borrow mine.
I didn't mean to cut you off one.
Juan was saying he can. Go ahead.
Go ahead. If you need HBO Max, Jeremy, I'll let you borrow mine.
I really appreciate that. I got it, so I'll probably check out an episode soon. What I always loved about Lovecraftian horror is that his idea was that horror isn't like, oh, it's a monster. Horror is there are things so different that they actually drive you insane just to experience. So this sounds really cool.
That is 100% this show, my guy. And I'll take it a step further. If you enjoy the HBO Watchmen, you're good.
That was a good run.
Yes.
Watch that.
So question. So like, because I know they're doing different cameos.
Are you recording?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Yeah, I didn't stop. Okay. No. But yeah. But the one thing that I was looking at or wanted to ask questions about, because like I know they're doing cameos in the new Flash movie where they have different versions of dimensions of stuff, and then they're still trying to move on past like the Snyderverse where they're making another like all female version of stuff. So like
they're doing it.
They'll have like you know, Superman, somebody, and then
Superman's it's gonna be Superwoman or Supergirl.
Yeah,
and Batgirl. Yeah. So
and I'm pissed. Not at the all girls team, but at them fucking up the Snyderverse. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
I know you. Vic, that's why I brought it up for you, man. Because
I'm still pissed about how they tried to do Cyborg. How Josh Whedon did. I ain't gonna blame Josh Whedon altogether, but how they tried to cut out Cyborg. How they like Cyborg was basically that movie was supposed to be centered around Cyborg. You can tell from the movie that came out and the movie that the Snyder cut that got released. You saw how important Cyborg was to that movie, to the builder. Like, this man was like a tech, you know, the credit cards and mother, you know, the mother box, all that stuff was saved. He was basically part of it. Like, he should have been the focal point of that movie. Like, and they try to do him so wrong in I guess the original version or whatever that came out.
I'd be pissed too if I saw the original version versus the Snyderverse version. I was like, if I was Ray Fisher, I'd be pissed too, because I was like, you go from being like, this is gonna make my career, to being like, I studied in CGI for 12 hours a day to be in 20 minutes of the movie, as essentially a human Swiss Army knife. That's it.
Bro, they turned that motherfucker into Windows XP, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen, I gotta apologize before I say this, y'all. I don't give a fuck about DC at this point, y'all. I'm so far off the boat, bro. At this point, bro, Batman, I'm just going in with zero expectations, so I know I'm gonna say it's a good movie, because I don't care. I don't even care anymore, bro. I don't care anymore. With the more I see of the trailer, I'm happy that they got the action scenes right, but I want the mystery, bro. Like that's it. Like y'all are getting the fighting scenes right. Y'all are getting these depictions of these villains right. Cool, but is the mystery going to follow through? Is this going to be okay? Did you pay attention to the first scene that plays into this scene? Like I want that. I want this shit to be on the level of 7.
You want that?
Did y'all see
Batman? Yeah.
I want it to be a Batman's 7. That's what I want. And I feel like I'm not going to get that. I just know I'm not going to get that.
Here's the thing I think that happens. Because I think because Batman has been that flag character for DC for over 30 years now. And
it's their fault.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, because they've made it more about what's in his utility belt, what gadgets and things like that. Like, I think perfect example. So James Bond with the Sam Miranda, whoever made the last like 4 or 5 of those, he stayed away from gadgets because he didn't want it to just be James Bond became just about gadgets when Pierce Brosnan was in there, and it wasn't about the actor, it wasn't about the spy set skills that he had. So that's what they've done to Batman. So it's all about what gadgets and tools that he has, and not about his actual training, about him becoming a detective. Because like, when's the last time you've really seen a Batman movie where it had something to do with him using his mind to solve any kind of case, any kind of mystery? So
I mean, you knew it kind of got off the rails.
Elements of that incorporated, as far as what's coming off the top of my head, elements of that incorporated into every version of Batman we've seen. But the way that I've heard that the way the Batman is supposed to be a hardcore detective movie. More like a mystery thriller than an action movie. And I'm excited to see that if they pull it off well.
If that's the case, they are going to hate it, and then I'm going to love it. That's what's going to happen then.
Well,
if they do that, I'm going to stop shredding.
So,
The Rock gonna save the DC universe, man.
No, you stop that right now. You stop that.
I'm gonna put you on mute. Say this. Let me put you on mute. I love The Rock, and I think The Rock is a national treasure. I don't think that's gonna happen.
Could you imagine Henry Cavill Superman and The Rock's Black Adam duking it out on screen? Come on.
That'll be dope. That would be dope.
Here's a cartoon. The DC animated universe, the run I'm talking about is over now, but the DC animated universe put out some really good movies.
They did.
Cartoon movies.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Huh?
I'm glad you brought that up. Continue.
There's one, it's Shazam and Superman, right? And it's a cartoon. It's a tiny bit goofy, tiny bit. But anyway, Black Adam comes back, and it takes Shazam and Superman to beat his ass. That's the movie I want.
Is it the one with Supergirl? It's Shazam, Superman, and Supergirl got a team up.
She might be in it.
It's a short.
Okay.
10 years since I've seen it.
45
Yeah, my favorite one was Deathstroke.
My favorite one was Under the Red Hood. But
they're all great.
I'm gonna say this. I think, because we touched on this a little while ago. I think the DC animated universe can match the MCU as far as what they have, and honestly, in some points they do better at storytelling than what they do at Marvel. Like, there's more misses when it comes to the MCU versus when it comes to the DC animated universe.
Wyatt, you like I said, you preach to the choir. Like, DC has had the script the entire time. All they had to do was turn those movies into live action. They've had the plans right there. So, and I don't understand why didn't they use it. I don't know how to put it, man. It's because it pisses me off.
You're like, I don't know what the fuck you doing,
man. You just, those movies, most of those anime movies are awesome. The stories they tell, the characters they introduce, they are awesome. the Young Justice. You know how many people put in petition to get Young Justice? Like DC has the keys, they just don't fucking listen. They don't. I don't know what they like. That's the only thing I can think of.
Marcus, that's the first time you cussed on here. That's not bad.
I think the only thing they got right with DC was I like the Teen Titans live action show that came on, the Titans. That was good. All 3 seasons was off the table.
Yeah, I gotta get into that, man. But like I said before, man, DC's problem with the DCEU is trying to be too much like Marvel and not letting the DC content be what it is.
They have 3. They have some of the most recognizable characters. These are 3: Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman. Outside of that, like Marvel had, Spider-Man is probably the most recognizable character that Marvel has. Yeah, but you have the 3 of the most like easy money. If all they did was get the right people in there and like I said, they can. I ain't gonna say they can copy word for word from what the animated movies did, but hell, they probably could and make and had a better universe than what they got now.
And plan them out, right? So that's what the DC animated universe is missing. That is Bruce Timm is the guy that ran Batman the animated series, Superman the animated series, Justice League, and then he picked up those animated movies. Bruce Timm is that entire run. He's their Kevin Feige, but they don't have that anymore. They keep firing him, and it was Zack Snyder for a minute, and then they pulled Joss Whedon, and Joss Whedon, shat on everything that anybody ever did there, and says, Ray Fisher can't act, and what is her name? All of a sudden I'm blanking. Wonder Woman can't speak English.
Yeah, Gal Gadot.
Right, yeah, Gal Gadot. English isn't her first language. Dude, you fucking threatened her. Right? Now you say he didn't understand the nuance of your threat because she didn't speak English. Like, fuck you. So that was their problem. Bring Bruce Timm back, fixed.
Not only that, bro, until they do right by Green Arrow, that shit is not going to prevail. How do you not pay homage to the motherfucker that got you the money to do all this shit, bro?
There you go.
Bro, I remember seeing on the back of a comic book, Green Arrow was getting a show. And I was like, oh, this shit gonna be trash. 5 seasons later. I was like, well, I'm shutting the fuck up.
I watched every episode of that.
Right. Like, how it would have been, and I said this before on a previous episode, all you had to do on Batman v Superman, instead of killing Superman, have Green Arrow show up and die, and have everybody freak the fuck out over the fact that a normal person died defending the Justice League. And that is your call to arms. That's it. That's all you had to do.
And kill Green Arrow, man. I'm sorry.
I think that would have been perfect because he was already on his way out.
Bow and arrow because of the Green Arrow show, bro. No lie, no cap.
No, don't get me wrong.
Would you rather him show up and be a hero or never get any credit in that universe?
I'd rather him show up and he can't die. He get his ass whooped. Go to ICU for a little while, but don't die. Don't kill him.
I want him to die.
In Justice, Superman ripped his arm off, right?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that's why I didn't play that.
Speaking of Injustice, there's an animated DC Injustice movie I watched it last night. It's pretty good, man. It's on HBO Max.
No, it is not.
You don't like it?
Hell no. Did you like the comic books, my guy?
It was okay.
So
I haven't seen the cartoon yet. I was running off the comic books when I said, I haven't seen
Jeremy,
the cartoon.
don't do it. Don't do it.
You get disappointed.
Yeah, you don't have to watch that.
It's all right. It's all right. Here, I'm gonna give you an air hug. Come here. Come on. But so like when you read, so I know how people are like. I used to work at a movie theater. So then when the Harry Potter movies used to come out, they'd be like, meh, it's okay, but it's not as good as the books. That's how I feel about when it does some of these comic books, especially with Injustice, because like Jeremy literally, sir, made me, before I even got to pick up Injustice, the video game, he was like, no, you have to read this. The fact, like all the stuff that goes on is so crazy. But it's understood. But then after that, you're like, you understand Superman is grieving throughout the whole process.
Yes.
And so you're understanding the whole thing. I think it's lost upon that. You know what I mean? Because there's so many people that try to tell him that. Go ahead, Jim.
And it's crazy as shit, but it's also a nuanced conversation of good and evil. It is a very nuanced, legitimate conversation about what right and wrong really look like. And that, I mean, shit, that's what I want. I want it to be a situation where if two people can look at the same character and say, that guy's good, and that another person says, no, that guy's bad, and they're doing that with both of them, that's a really good, like, dynamic, right? For me, I want that. I don't want the guy who everybody's like, no, that guy's a piece of shit. He killed a puppy. I want a villain that rises up because he's right. You know, that's why Joker was so good.
Right.
I think the Joker.
I might need to read that Injustice comic, man.
Please, bro. Let me know. I will send it to you, my guy. It is. I'm
probably gonna find it somewhere free out there on the internet, man. I mean, that's how I got.
That's what I was referring to. I wasn't gonna.
Hey, we're gonna send you.
I got you.
Hey, if you guys get
across the Thor Unworthy storyline, which I thought was pretty dope on YouTube somewhere.
That's a dope one, and I would like to see, and just random because I know we wound it down. I always wanted to see either Original Sin get adapted into an animated short by Marvel, or what's the name of it? The one where Thor uncle comes back. Damn it, was it Fearless? I can't remember.
I know what
I'll
you're
figure
talking
it out
about.
later. But anyway, Thor uncles comes back and kills damn near everybody.
Hey, check me here. Is Original Sin, is that the one where Norman Osborn fucked Gwen Stacy and he has kids with her? Or is that a different one?
No.
All right. I need to read Original Sin because I keep seeing it and I think I've just confused it with that one forever.
Yeah, Original Sin is someone has killed the Watcher. Long story short.
I would read that. I just completely missed that one.
It's got.
Look, what you got for us?
Ultimately, it's funny because just kind of getting back since we were talking about cameos and stuff, and I haven't read the Injustice comic, so I sent you a message, man. I want to read it because I am like mildly obsessed with the game, and I gotta be honest, I'm excited for Black Adam, not because of The Rock, but because I want to see what Pierce Brosnan's gonna do with Dr. Fate. And I'm really excited to see. I'm excited to see him being brought to life on screen. So I had that in the back of my mind. I just wanted to mention that since we kind of touched on Black Adam earlier, but I didn't want to just hop in. But yeah, like I'm looking forward to that.
Hey, we might have to run that fade.
I gotta see what I went to see that as well. Dr. Fate, also again Hawkman was that in there as well. Aldous Hodge.
Yep.
Well, y'all don't want to see anybody in this Injustice game.
Huh?
I'll let you watch. I'll let you know.
You got to read the comic book first, and then after that we can talk about it, because that comic book will change. You'll be like, oh, because the way that Superman goes off in Loki, I'm gonna put it to you this way: I wanted Alfred to be a playable character in Injustice.
Damn.
Boy, because what he pulls off, he went heads up with Superman. I'm just gonna put that up there. I'm gonna leave it alone.
Oh yeah, I gotta read.
I'm not gonna find this comic. Yeah, if you got a link handy real quick, sir, shoot it to me.
If you don't have it like right there,
shoot me your email and I got you.
All right, bet. You know.
I understand. I'm sorry. I fronted you. My apologies. But yeah, y'all have to say, but Loki, if y'all see any DC movie, I want y'all to see, and it's gonna sound funny, I want you to see Batman and the Ninja Turtles.
I like that. I saw that. I like that.
Batman and the Shredder go heads up, and Batman doesn't do as well as he thinks he does.
So Oroku Saki. Let's put some respect on Oroku Saki's name, bro. The Shredder ain't no bitch. Like you think he just be whooping the turtle's ass for like it ain't nothing. It takes Splinter to come out there and whoop his ass. Like you think he weak,
The cartoon waters Shredder's down.
You talking about the original cartoon with Uncle Phil?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that waters him down, but he's really
not in this movie, bro.
Yeah, if you like some of the other versions, other iterations.
I'm saying compared to the comic book.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
he's watered down. In the comic book, he's real vicious, man.
The Shredder ain't no. That's why I say the Shredder ain't no joke.
I'm gonna put it to you this way, because I've been reading the compendium of Ninja Turtles the last couple weeks. So essentially, the Ninja Turtles are reincarnated versions of Yoshi, whatever his name is. So Splinter is their father. The reason why they're reincarnated is because Shredder takes over the Foot Clan, and Splinter doesn't like it, and he's like, man, like, y'all fighting without honor, I don't care, this and this. So Shredder takes that as a sign of disrespect, and he labels him a traitor. So then they kill his wife first, and then he runs away with his 4 boys. Then they find him on a farm. They kill the kids in front of Splinter, and then they kill him.
Damn, this is in the original comic.
This is like the 2012 version, so I got you on that one too. I'll show you. I'll give you that, bro. Like the Ninja, and then in this Ninja Turtles version, Raphael gets separated because he almost gets eaten by a cat. So for the first like years of his life, he doesn't know that he has brothers. So then they have to find him.
I need to read that.
I'd be angry as shit too.
Exactly. He was on the street just going through, trash and everything like that.
A motherfucking cat almost ate me.
Exactly. So yeah, that's, bro, like when you guys get a chance to, there's a bunch of comics I've been reading that are really, really good. So we'll have to do like an episode where we just talk about comics and stuff that I think would be really dope.
I gotta catch up on
Ronin with the Ninja Turtles. That was a good comic to me too.
The Last Ronin.
Yeah, check that one out as well.
I got that one. I gotta read that. I gotta read the last two. Last 2 books.
Jeremy put me on this one. Saga.
Yes. I read a little bit of it so far.
It's my favorite comic of all time, hands down.
I started reading it and I was just like, I can't put it down. And so I've gone through so many of them, and I'm still going. And Nailbiter is another one that I really, really enjoy. There's another one that I was really sad I just finished. It was called Prodigy, where a guy is like a super smart genius. And
I know you're talking about. I've heard of that.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard
of
that.
So like, man, it's really, really good. I have a physical copy, so if anybody wants to read it, I can send it to you guys.
How many issues is it?
It's only 6.
Okay, yeah, I know it wasn't long. Sad. I gotta read. I wanted to check it out because I've heard about it several times. But like I said, I started on Saga, but once again, it's one of those ones I jump in, jump out because I'm reading that, and I have it on my iPad. I read like the digital version. That I've been reading the Demon Slayer manga, and it's this new manga called Kaiju number 8. I've been reading that, so and jumping between that and My Hero. So again, I got my physical copy of my comics I got to finish up. It's a lot, but I think the Death of Doctor Strange is going on right now. Jeremy, Sir knows. That's something you guys want if you might want to take a look at or jump into. It's still going on, but that's something you might want to look into as well.
Yeah. We got some of these down.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you guys a list because there's a bunch of them. We can start a list in the group because there's a bunch of them that just like literally just be going, and like you'll read some of them and you'll just get caught up in them, and that's essentially what's happening with me. That's what happened with me and Ninja Turtles. I was just like, okay, I'm gonna read like this first one to see, and then after that, like the artwork is great. Like they have all the little side stories that go along with it. Everything where like I'm at the point where they're just at Shredder, and they're talking about making Leonardo the head of the Foot Clan because he's.
I don't know if y'all can see this, but this one right here, that's one of my favorites, man. That's back when I was a kid. I remember picking this book up when I was 8 years old.
What is it? I can't see.
Wolverine, the first time Wolverine fights Omega Red.
Okay.
That whole series right there, man, in my opinion, is one of the best hands. That's when I fell in love with X-Men, when Omega Red came out. So to me, like, why, you know, he likes those turtles. I like turtles too. I started off with Ninja Turtles, but that Wolverine and Omega Red, man,
that's why
I ain't never seen Wolverine get his butt handed to him. Omega Red was giving him the business in that one.
I remember I was in second grade and somebody on the playground told me Wolverine could beat up the Ninja Turtles, and I got mad. I remember that. But it changed my life. So I got into Wolverine hard, and that's about the time period I was reading those two, the Chris Claremont run.
Yeah.
And those are glorious. Hey, if anybody does want to read the comic where Norman Osborn fucks Gwen Stacy, it's actually called Sin's Past. Not Original Sin. That's why I got them confused. Just so anybody that wants to follow up on that.
I got a question. So since we was talking about the turtles and everything, so it is the turtles, can they be considered part of Marvel? Because you look at
where you going.
You see one because it's the foot, and Daredevil has the hand. They say the stuff that's splashing Daredevil eyes is the same stuff they got on the turtles. Like, it's a whole running, I can say joke, but it's a whole like a theme they have that's been put out there in the universe. I mean, maybe not a part of Marvel.
No, it's true. It's true. Eastman and Laird,
Kevin Laird,
yeah, they made it as a parody.
Yes.
It came out of, one of them was bored and he drew a shitty sketch of a turtle with nunchucks and then put him in Daredevil's costume. It was legitimately a parody when it started, but it's its own thing now.
Yeah.
That was the seed.
Yes. I'm trying to think. What else? What's something else good? I'm reading. It's like.
But shit, if y'all need something to read, before Moon Knight dropped, Moon Knight has this launch that happened last year, and it is amazing, bro. If you just want to get like a hint of what he's capable of, he doesn't wear the suit that you guys see in the comic book anymore. He wears an all-white suit with a white mask with a crescent moon on it. But man, y'all, this dude is fucking insane. I mean that literally, but it's a really good read. And it's only
literally, right?
Yeah, he's literally fucked up. But
I'm about to do a deep dive on Moon Knight because I'm super excited about that.
I can't wait, bro.
I was about to say earlier we were talking in a previous episode about everything now has to have these like world-ending consequences, and I was about to bring up Moon Knight because it's a smaller scale, but like the dude is literally like powered by a semi-haunting god creature that is of or whatever the moon. Like, no, that gets crazy too. Huh? That's a world-altering thing too if you do it right.
I definitely feel like he's going to be the key to something bigger, and I would like there to be some sort of reference, because essentially Moon Knight is a totem of Khonshu, and Black Panther is a totem of Bast. So I'm looking to see, are they going to be like, yeah, I know who you are. Yeah, my people know who you are. Like, I want to see.
They have to do something with that.
Yeah,
Khonshu's literally in the trailer. Like, you see him in the trailer, right?
Yeah, he is.
Do you think he's gonna say his famous line? I mean, this is when I fell in love with Moon Knight. So somebody asked him, "Why do you wear all white?" That Joker said, "I want my enemies to see me when I'm coming." If they put that somehow in that series, it's an automatic 10 for me. And that's when I saw that in the comic book when he said that, man. That's when I started reading a whole bunch of Moon Knight stuff, man. I was like, "Boy, that's cold."
That's him in a nutshell.
Yeah.
So you guys brought up Black Panther. So I got to ask you guys this question. So should they recast T'Challa?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, but like, but I'll say, I told you my stance on it is, it doesn't have to be T'Challa from let's get in the multiverse. It doesn't have to be T'Challa from this universe, so it doesn't have to be the MCU T'Challa. It could be the 616 T'Challa. It can be a T'Challa from another universe. But like I said, as long as I get my boy John David Washington playing, I'm all good. I'm with it.
All right, Buck, what you got?
No, I'm with it too, man. I really like the possibilities of seeing some of these people, and like he said, John David Washington was kind of, my foe. But I think it's the same thing. I think if you recast him, he can't be from this particular universe that we used to. I think that there are ways around it to not piss everybody off. But they definitely have to find a way to do it and introduce it without pissing everybody off. It's just simple as that.
I agree. So I also think they should be able to do it, and I want him to have different character traits than what he's had before, because I personally miss the asshole that is Black Panther, because he was royalty, and he was like, why would I not do this? Like, he's direct and he's all about Wakanda, and I think I think this T'Challa cared too much about everybody else and playing within the lines. My T'Challa was like, F that, I'm doing what's best for my country. I don't care if, like, low-key, now that we had talked about Eternals like last episode, and if it was everything else, and he was like, hey, T'Challa, we could save Wakanda, but everybody else would be messed up. He'd be like, all right, well, so all my people, can I get my people to go before we blow up the whole earth? He'd be like something like that. But that's what I think.
Yeah, I want the, like I said, I'm with you. I want the arrogant. I studied at Oxford, like the T'Challa that knows it all, that that has that confidence and that air about him like that. I want them to bring him in. That would be dope as well. Long as he keep Shuri.
I don't know, man. It's gonna be hard for me personally to see a different person don the Black Panther outfit, man. To this day, bro, since he passed, I have not been able to bring myself to watch him on screen. I can't do it. It still don't sit right with me, man. But I think if anybody can do it with dignity and do it justice, I think Marvel will figure out a way.
Man,
hire John David Washington. Just bring him on in. Like they got ties. Like Chad was him and Denzel was close. That's Denzel's son. Like, John David Washington is a hell of an actor. I think he can pull it off, man.
A little bit. I'm gonna push back on that.
Hey, man, I'm just saying that's his opinion, but yeah.
I dig it. I think if you're looking for somebody with acting chops, he will probably be, fourth or fifth on a list of my top 4 or 5, right? I think we look at just acting chops. I think John Boyega.
That's what I was saying too.
He can act his ass off.
I like John.
The black guy that played, I can't remember. Let me see, it's gonna come to me. So the dude that played John Carter, he and this black guy were in a film, 21 Bridges. He played the second bad guy on 21 Bridges. I forget the guy's name, but he's a damn good actor. Who else you got up and coming? I want to see Mahershala Ali and everything, but I understand that.
He's already chosen. We've already got him as Blade.
Right. But I think there's a few black actors that I would prefer to see in that role. If they were gonna recast it, I would want to see before they put Denzel Washington in there.
Me personally, I don't see John Boyega playing Black Panther.
I don't either.
That's
why
not
not?
fit.
So?
He just don't. He don't look like.
It don't take for me.
Yeah, it's not a.
Well, everybody said the same thing about Chad at first before, because when he was. Because everybody was like he was a little too skinny to be playing, Black Panther.
I'm glad you said that.
I said that about Gal Gadot when she got hired as Wonder Woman. No, I ain't said that about Chad. I was
that too, because Wonder Woman thick. But
very,
I have somebody in mind who I like their acting chops. Mm-hmm. If they put on about, I'm gonna say 30 pounds of muscle, I think they could pull it off. the gentleman who plays Franklin on Snowfall. I think he could damn sure do it.
I think he's too short, and that's part of my gripe with Denzel Washington.
Idris, what's his name?
I forgot his name, but
Henkin something.
But yeah.
Well,
He might be able to pull it off.
the reason why I don't like John Boyega is it's nothing against him. It's just how they punked him in Star Wars.
They didn't punk him, man. They did. Don't get me wrong. They did him wrong.
They did
We
it
ain't gonna
wrong,
get into that.
man.
We ain't gonna get into that. It wasn't just him. They punked everybody from the moment they showed that clip of him holding the lightsaber. We thinking like, oh shit, we got the second coming of Samuel. We got Mace Windu. Like we getting the second coming. Nope. Second movie, nada. Just no. That was it. Don't get me on that.
He back over here sweeping floors again. I was like, shit.
What the see, we ain't gonna get started on that. We ain't gonna get started on how they did that, man. So hopefully they do something. They maybe they ain't gonna say they can correct it with him, but hopefully when they move what they're doing with Star Wars now, they don't have to stick to the Skywalker shit, and they can introduce new characters. We can get Revan and Malik in, like we can get some actual characters in him. But yeah.
Now I do like the story so far of when Storm becomes Black Panther. That new series that's out. That's kind of dope.
We gotta get a Storm first. We gotta get Storm.
As of right now, the story is pretty good. So
we gotta get a good Storm in the MCU.
Yeah.
I saw that clip what it was on that so-called speculation of cameos. They had Halle Berry was supposed to supposedly up there rumored to be making the camera. Like, man, no, y'all ain't got to bring Halle back. Like, I really and don't get me wrong, Halle is not a bad actress. It's just she didn't do no justice to Storm. Like she didn't. And they didn't try to give her that. She tried. I guess she attempted some type of accent in the first movie, and by the second movie, it was just her talking in her regular voice. Just like I just like, come on, like
they better not put Beyonce in there though. I know that. They put Beyonce in there, I'm gonna lose my shit. I'm sorry,
bruh.
That clap was loud too.
If they put Beyonce in there, I might be through with the MCU. like, come on, bro. I understand it's Beyonce. She's a great entertainer when it comes to singing and dancing and all the other good stuff. But I don't want her nowhere near. I'm sorry. I don't want her nowhere near Storm. She can be the Black Dazzler or some shit. Don't put her at Storm.
For X-Men, I really want them to go young. I want them to have more time with the X-Men, because, like, in the older movies, you started with them in the black spandex, but then you go back to like First Class and all those. I don't know what they're gonna do, but there's so much really cool stuff from before the X-Men would have even got to that point. So that's what I want to see.
What's wrong with the girl from the First Class movie? I thought she was all right.
You mean the girl from the?
What do you mean?
Like the Phoenix Saga and Apocalypse?
Was
movies?
That
Alexandra Shipp?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say. I mean, to me, she did a pretty good job. She was, and she came from Egypt. Like she had the accent. I think it was more so writing. She didn't get they didn't have the best writing for her in that movie. As far as some of the stuff, like how she could have been, because and that's early Storm, so she's not gonna be like the Storm, but she's seasoned and she's crazy powerful and all that stuff. So and I thought she did all right. I know a lot of people still had a little grief because she wasn't. They wanted her to be darker. Some people had grief with that, but I honestly thought she did all right.
All right. Well, who's got last thoughts? We've been talking and chopping it up about cameos. As long as Beyonce is not on Storm or any kind of comic book property, maybe she can be Dazzler. She can be the same. She could be a Black Dazzler.
She can be the Black Dazzler. I'm okay with that. I am okay with that.
Black Dazzler.
You're gonna have to edit that out if you don't want to get canceled by the Beehive, bro.
Yeah.
They don't know Dazzler. They don't know Dazzler. It's not like they'll be like, you sound like a really good character.
They're gonna come back and cancel.
Dazzler is a she's a spy. I mean, hey,
she's trash, bro. You can say it.
She's like gold. It's like her and Goldmember. Oh God.
Oh man.
So yeah, we've definitely talked about a bunch of different things. Cameos, just keep them like few and far in between. Like we don't need everybody being in everybody's stuff. Like it was nice to see a couple people in some small things, but we don't need, the things that made the movies good that had a whole bunch of them weren't the fact that there was a whole bunch of cameos. It was the dynamics and the good story writing. So let's stick to that. So
if the character can grow out of the cameo, give me that. But if the character is just there to be there, yeah, I'd rather focus on the characters that the movie is actually about.
Exactly. And I understand, especially because we're hitting multiverses and everybody thinks that that's a trending thing right now. They're like, well, we're going to mix this person with this person and there's going to be time and, Flash is going to go somewhere that he wasn't supposed to go again. Those kinds of things. Let's just keep it natural. And let's not try to like extend something longer than we need to. So for everybody here, anybody else got any last thoughts before we go ahead, close everything out? So we're going to tell you like this: be like Ed Norton's Hulk. And don't be like Eric Bana, because he was trash. And how did he even, and we're not even gonna go into that one. We're not gonna go into the fact that Eric Bana, he got his power sucked away by his dad and some weird yeah, we're not.
All I remember from that movie is that man could jump from Texas to New York. Like he was like, I didn't know the Hulk could travel like that. He was just flying. Like,
and I'm afraid of heights like that. You got to go up and then come down, and I don't like the feeling of my nuts in my stomach. Y'all know that feeling when y'all go on a roller coaster? Does anybody like? I hate roller coasters.
I know what you mean.
I will go to Six Flags.
It's like
get a hot dog.
It's like they recede or something. It's like they do this.
They go up.
Yeah.
So
I know what you mean.
So as far as that's concerned, be like Ed Norton, Hulk, smash the follow button, and don't be like Tom Cruise's daughter. Like, we'll love you 3000, but we just want you to be RDJ. That's it. That's all we want to do. So for everyone here at the BS, we want to say thank you and be too sweet. Here we go. So